Welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do a look that I've kind of seen over Instagram quite a lot recently. It is that kind of glitter liner cut crease, and then I decided to pair it with kind of more berry tone, so on the lips and throughout the crease. And I asked you guys kind of what videos you wanted to see, and loads of you said that you wanted to see a tutorial using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, even though I've already done one. I'm guessing it's just come around that time of year again where the colours and stuff, or maybe it's just become a bit more accessible, so that is what I've mainly used today. I'm really obsessed with the way that it came out, and I hope you guys like it too. So if you want to see how to get this look, then please keep watching. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use this Kick-Ass concealer from Soap & Glory and use the little powder that it comes with to set that in place. For eyes today, we're going to take the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills and this colour here, which is called Burnt Orange, and just on a big fluffy brush we're going to place that into the crease. Because we are going to use concealer to kind of cut the crease out, as I'll show you in a bit, it doesn't matter if you're kind of messy with this part. To further deepen the crease, we are taking this pink shade here, I think it's called Love Letter, on a small defined crease brush and just buffing that into the crease to further define it and kind of create that cut crease look. But with this step, you are going to want to go back in with colour and back in with previous brushes as well, and basically just build up the intensity to how you want it and then blend it out with your fluffy brushes each time. As you can see here, I'm just going back in. I'm not using any darker colour. It's literally the same colour that we've used before, and then just kind of keeping on applying it so I get the intensity that I'm after. And then, like I said, just going back in and just keep on blending, girl. You want that crease to be soft. Then using the same concealer, we are going to use that to cut the crease out and basically just apply this all over our lid where we want our lid colour to go. I find it easier just on my eyes because I don't have a really defined socket or like a deep sunken socket. I have to kind of create my own. So tugging on the side of my skin, it makes that a lot easier for me, and also looking down into a mirror as well really helps, just so you can see when you open your eyes what your crease is actually going to look like, as you can see I'm doing there. For the lid shade, we are just taking this one. I couldn't actually see the name and I can't really remember it, but it kind of looks silvery, but I think it was more like a soft pink, and we're just using that on the lid and placing it where we placed the concealer. Then going back in with these two pink shades, just really carefully using that to define the crease a little bit more, just so it's really cut and really sharp. And then once again going back in with our fluffy brushes to make sure there's no really harsh lines, but I mean we still want to be able to see the line that we created. And to make that even more clear, I'm using this. This is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter in the shade Midnight Cowboy. It is, I think, a lot of what people use when they do this look, just because it's so easy to use like a liquid liner to do this instead of maybe placing like lash glue and trying to place a glitter on. It just glides straight on. And then using the wipe, I'm just going to clean up the edge to create the wing, but then going in with a small angled brush just on top of where we place that glitter, mixing those two darker shades together to add a bit more depth. And then once again back in with the fluffy brushes. I think this is my MAC 217, but yeah, just building up and blending out to how you want it. And I'm just going to highlight my inner corner as well with the lightest shade from the palette, just on a small flat definer brush. Then we're going to use my Maybelline Master Precise liner and then neaten it up slightly with my NYC liquid liner, and then just going ahead and applying mascara and lashes. These are the Sasha lashes from Huda Beauty. I'm obsessed with them. Then I just went ahead and did my eyebrows, and now onto the skin. Okay, moving on to the skin. For primer, I'm going to take this one from This Works, and it is like a mask, moisturizer and primer in one, so you want to make sure that your skin is super clean before you apply this. I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Normally I'd use a brush, as you guys know, but this is slightly thicker and I don't want it to kind of like clog up my brush. So I'm just going to use kind of like downwards motions. So for foundation, I'm going to be mixing these two together. They are the Ultra HD sticks from Makeup Forever, one in the shade 127 and one in the shade 153. 153, I think you'd all agree would be just too dark on me right now because I'm tan, but I'm not that tanned, and I'm just going to mix in this one as well. But I'm mainly going to be using 127 and then just kind of a couple of stripes of the 153 because it just, the undertone of that one matches more to my tan. Then I'm going to take the kind of butt of my beauty blender and just press that into my skin. Then on my forehead I only did the 127 shade just because with blonde hair it can like really show it in your hairline, so I didn't kind of want that golden colour in my hairline. I wanted more of the neutral colour. Once you're happy with the coverage and stuff, I'm going to use this from LA Girl. It is their Pro Concealer in the shade Creamy Beige, which is really close to my skin colour, and recently I've been really liking kind of using a concealer that's close to my skin colour as like a base, and then just using a bit of like a lighter concealer to brighten up underneath my eye on top, so kind of like lots of little layers of product. And this one's really good as well because the little brush can allow you to get really close and really sharpen up your wing, and the coverage of it as well isn't too heavy, so I don't feel too tough on my skin underneath my eye if I'm going to be applying like a couple of other concealers as well. And even though this is Creamy Beige, I feel like there is a slightly peachy undertone, so that's going to help kind of cancel out any darkness. Then taking the tapered end, I'm just going to blend everything in. Then I'm going to take this contour or cream contour palette from Velvet 59 and take the lightest colour here and just place that underneath my eye and kind of everywhere where I want to bring forward and highlight. I don't want to highlight that spot though, honey. No, please don't. And then again, just going in with that beauty blender and just pressing it in. Ooh, girl. And then a little tip, after I've used the tapered end, just between the two parts, I like to use the butt end of the beauty blender when blending everything in, just so I feel like that kind of merges the colours together a bit more. And on my forehead as well, I like to use the butt of it just to blend it in a bit better. Then you just either could cream contour or whatever, but I'm not going to do that today, so I'm just going to go ahead and set everything in place with powder. We just gonna be here baking. Oh my god. For bronzer, I am taking this one from Fusion Beauty. It is in the shade Radiance, and it's a slightly more of like a shimmery bronzer, slightly more of a softer colour, which is kind of the vibe I'm feeling today. Just dust that around the kind of like perimeters of your face, because then that is what makes the highlighted centre of your face look better, or like more highlighted. Okay, so for blusher, to kind of tie in with the pink on the eyes and stuff, I am using this from L'Oreal. It is their blush sculpt in the colour Soft Rosy, and I'm just going to kind of like dust my brush kind of in it all, and then smile and blend. Lovely. And for highlighter, I am going to use a liquid highlighter first. This is from Sigma, is in the colour Afterglow, and I'm just going to dispense a little bit on the back of my hand, and then take my finger and just kind of press it on. And this product has a slightly like iridescent pearl finish to it. So, and that means it's kind of got like pinkier undertones, so I thought that would kind of tie in with the look as well. Speaking of highlight, I'm going to go into an old favourite, which is, oh no, technically an eyeshadow that is broken. It is the Kiko 208 eyeshadow, just because I saw loads of you kind of upset over the fact that I was using Whisper of Guilt, and I know that's quite hard to get hold of, and I still really, really love that like highlighter, but this one is a really good dupe, and it's from Kiko, and it's an eyeshadow, and it's super affordable, and you got to get it. Where do we put that cream? Oh! It's lit. Then to finish off the eyes, going back into the Modern Renaissance palette and taking that burnt orange shade, just because I think there's like quite a lot going on like top of the eye, that I just wanted something to tie everything together but it wasn't too dark, so I'm just gonna smoke that along my lower lash line and then apply bottom lash mascara. And then that is the eyes and skin finished. On to our lips, I'm going to take this lip liner from NYX in the colour Bloom. It is like a gorgeous plummy pinky berry colour, so really close to the crease shades, and yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips with that. I saw all over the news how everyone was like, oh, Kendall deleted her Instagram so she could get her lips done or something. Somehow that was like worldwide news, but I think supposedly Kylie just overlined them. I watched her snap. Who even cares? Just feather it in slightly as well. And for the lips, I'm going to take this colour from Too Faced. It is in the shade Bend and Snap. And that is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I'm so happy with the way that it came out, and I feel like because I've kind of tried to coordinate the lips and the kind of crease colours together, you could totally switch this out and be really, really creative with whatever colours that you use. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and please, please, please make sure you've got my notifications turned on. I know for some reason they've turned off, and it's basically if you just go onto my YouTube homepage type thing, there's a little like a little bell, and you just got to click that and make sure the notifications are on to make sure that you don't miss anything in the future or if you had in the past. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this look, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye guys!